Imagine walking through the woods or even just strolling near a lake when suddenly something moves. It's silent, it's fast, and before you even know what's happening, you realize you've just turned your back on the wrong animal. America is home to some of the most powerful and unpredictable creatures on Earth, and while some look harmless from a distance, the truth is they can be deadly if you let your guard down. From giants of the wilderness to predators that stalk in silence, these are 10 American animals you should never turn your back on. 10. The snapping turtle. At first glance, a snapping turtle just looks like an oversized rock with legs, slowly dragging itself across a pond or resting at the bottom of a creek. But don't be fooled by that sluggish appearance. These reptiles are ambush predators, and their bite is no joke. Their jaws slam shut with enough force to crush bone, and they don't let go easily once they've clamped down. Farmers used to say a snapping turtle wouldn't release until it thundered, and while that's more legend than fact, it paints a picture of just how determined these creatures can be. The real danger is that people underestimate them. Try to move one off the road or get too close for a photo, and you might be in for a nasty surprise. Turning your back could mean giving them the chance to lunge, and trust me, they the wild boar. Wild boars aren't just dangerous, they're unpredictable, which makes them especially terrifying. With a body built like a tank and sharp tusks curving out from their jaws, they're capable of tearing into both predators and people. They don't always attack, but when they do, it's explosive. Hunters and hikers alike will tell you that once a boar decides you're a threat, it'll lower its head and charge with surprising speed, often leaving deep wounds behind. They're also incredibly tough animals, able to shrug off injuries that would take down something else in seconds. The problem is, they often travel in groups, so if you stumble into a sounder of wild hogs, you're not just facing one, you could be surrounded. That's the kind of encounter where turning your back isn't just a mistake, it's a gamble you don't want to lose. 8. The copperhead snake. If you've ever walked a wooded trail in the eastern United States, chances are you've been closer to a copperhead than you realize. These snakes are masters of camouflage, blending in perfectly with dead leaves and undergrowth. That's where the danger lies. You don't see them until it's too late. Unlike rattlesnakes, they don't always warn before striking. Step too close, and their bite comes fast. Now, copperhead venom usually isn't fatal, but it's painful enough to land you in the hospital and can cause lasting tissue damage. The real problem comes when people think they've avoided one, turn away, and then get caught by a strike from behind. These snakes are patient hunters, waiting motionless for prey, and if you're not paying attention, you could become the one who makes the wrong move. 7. The moose. Moose are the kind of animal people underestimate because of how majestic they look. Towering up to 7 feet tall at the shoulder, with long legs and massive antlers, they're practically the skyscrapers of the animal kingdom. But here's the truth. Moose are not gentle giants. In fact, they injure more people in North America every year than bears do. The reason is simple. Moose don't bluff. If they feel threatened, or if you get too close, especially during mating season or when they're protecting a calf, they'll charge. And when a 1,500-pound animal with legs like tree trunks is barreling at you at 35 miles an hour, there's no outrunning it. 6. The rattlesnake. That rattle in the brush is one of the most chilling sounds in the wild. It's nature's way of saying, back off while you still can. But here's the catch. Rattlesnakes don't always give you that warning. Sometimes they strike without a sound, and when they do, it happens faster than the blink of an eye. Found in deserts, forests, and even grassy plains, rattlesnakes are widespread across the United States, making encounters more common than people realize. Their venom is powerful, capable of shutting down muscles, and even stopping a heart if left untreated. People who get bitten often make the mistake of thinking the snake has slithered away, only to turn their back and step right into striking range. That's why you never ignore a rattle, and you never assume you're in the clear. 5. The American alligator. If you've ever walked along a swamp or a lake in the south, you know the uneasy feeling that comes with not being able to see what's under the water. That's because an alligator could be just a few feet away without you ever realizing it. These reptiles are silent, patient hunters that rely on stealth. They'll float, almost motionless, with just their eyes and nostrils above the surface, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And when they do, it's explosive. Their jaws can slam shut with a bite force strong enough to crush turtles, and if they grab hold of you, the infamous death roll begins. This isn't just a spin. It's a brutal twisting maneuver designed to rip apart prey in seconds. Turning your back on an alligator near the water is a mistake you don't get to correct, because they're fastest in those first few seconds of attack. 4. The grizzly bear. Few animals spark as much raw fear in the wilderness as a grizzly. These giants of the north can weigh over 600 pounds, stand taller than most people when on two legs, and still manage to sprint faster than a racehorse in short bursts. Most encounters with grizzlies happen because someone surprises them, get between a bear and her cubs, or stumble too close to a food source, and you're in serious trouble. What makes them truly terrifying is their raw power. A single swipe of their paw can break bones, and their jaws can crush straight through a skull. Running is the worst thing you can do. Grizzlies see it as prey behavior. If you turn your back, you're basically inviting a chase you can't win. 3. The American bison. They might look calm, lazily grazing on the plains of Yellowstone or South Dakota, but bison are anything but harmless. These are the largest land mammals in North America, tipping the scales at more than 2,000 pounds, and they're surprisingly fast, hitting speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. Tourists often make the mistake of thinking bison are like oversized cows and get too close for pictures. That's when things go bad fast. A bison can pivot, charge, and gore someone with its horns in seconds, sending them flying through the air. Unlike predators that usually attack out of necessity, bison don't need much of a reason. They'll defend their space aggressively if they feel crowded. 2. The mountain lion. If there's one animal on this list that relies on you turning your back, it's the mountain lion. These big cats are ambush predators, built to stalk silently and strike from behind. Most people who encounter a mountain lion never even realize it until the cat decides to make a move. And here's the unnerving part. If you see one in front of you, chances are it's been watching you for a while, testing whether you're prey or not. Turning away or running is exactly what triggers that instinct. That's why wildlife experts tell hikers to stand tall, make noise, and maintain eye contact. A mountain lion wants the advantage of surprise, and the moment you look away, you're giving it exactly that. They're powerful enough to take down deer with a single leap, so a human who turns his back is nothing but an opportunity. 1. The polar bear. At the very top of the list is an animal that doesn't just attack to defend territory, it actively hunts humans. The polar bear is the largest land carnivore on the planet, weighing up to 1,500 pounds, and it has the strength, stamina, and intelligence to track prey across miles of frozen wilderness. Unlike grizzlies or mountain lions, polar bears don't bluff charge or simply scare people off. They see humans as food. That's a terrifying distinction. In Alaska, the only place in the US where you'll encounter them, polar bears have been known to stalk communities, sniffing out anything edible. Their sense of smell can detect prey from over a mile away, and once they lock onto you, there's no outrunning or hiding. So, which of these wild encounters gave you chills the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you've ever had a close call with wildlife, share your story. I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more jaw-dropping nature and animal content, and ring the bell so you never miss a new countdown.